Hey everybody, it's Rob here. Today I want to show you the Bleed Rupture Barb going pretty strong this season. I was able to clear like a speed pit 100 here on the PTR, and from this footage the Barbarian is even buffed because they have added the Ramalaldi sword as a chaos power, making it even crazy. And you can kind of see here we are already hitting for trillions and trillions of damage with our Rupture. And the more monsters we suck in this Rupture, we pull the enemies here with Wrath the Berserk, and then we just Rupture to apply the bleed and then instantly take away the bleed. They have also, in the recent patch, juiced the wanton Rupture, increasing the skewer radius and also increasing your bleed durations even further, resulting in some pretty good damage numbers and frankly, a pretty cool playstyle if you're asking me. Like you can see, this is kind of like shredding through. We're also using the Rage of Harrogath. I'll show you the full plan and everything. But we're also using the Rage of Harrogath here to kind of blast down the enemies and kill them like extremely fast. And this also scales very well. The more density you have, the more damage you do. The only problem that this build has is the boss fight. You really want the boss with ads. I can show this to you in a second as well. But for speed farming and also for doing some higher pits, this can do like well into the 110 range. It's going to completely melt. I've seen this hit up to 10 trillion damage, and that's a lot of damage on the buff. And that's before the Ramaladni buff that we are getting here. Or the Ramaladni Chaos power. So that's going to be pretty cool. And I was able to do this like 100 run, I think here in 4 minutes or so, because the boss fight takes like a minute, unfortunately. But it's pretty cool and a nice playstyle. Many people really want to see or want to play, you know, a bleed build. And I wanted to show this off to you here real quick. Pretty cool build overall. We'll show some more gameplay later. And this is the planner here right now. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward. The main reason why we can spam the Rupture is because we have the third blade. And this combination just allows us to perma-spam the Rupture, no cooldown, no questions asked. And if we can perma-spam the Rupture, we also apply bleeds. And it has like, I think almost 100% lucky hit when you juiced later. It's 50% base. And then with Rage of Harrogath, it resets all the cooldown on all of our skills. So we have perma-shouts, perma-ultimate, which pulls in the enemies, perma-groundstorm, which creates earthquakes, which gives us a crazy damage multiplier, double chance for Rupture to deal double damage. Then we also have this wanton Rupture here. Like I said, they buffed this. You can also masterwork cut to the bone for a tremendous amount of damage. And what's helping the Rupture, I think, the most with this chaos powers is we have this upgrade here that makes the Rupture scale based on our strength. And if you're looking here at the strength I had on the PTR, we had 7,000 main stats. So you can, I think you can get more than 8,000. Maybe you can even get 10,000 strength. In the end game, and this gives you a crazy multiplier because for every 50 we are getting a 35x multiplicative damage boost, and that is pretty insane, frankly. And that basically like makes it so incredible powerful. So we are like equipping like the battle trance here, for example. Not only is it giving us a 72 damage buff, it's also triggering the frenzy automatically. That's why we have frenzy here with extra attack speed. It's triggering the frenzy automatically based on our lucky hits, which we have a lot of as we use Rupture. So we also need this for Rage of Harrogath. And this also gives us strength percent. If you masterwork, it's going to get up to 40% more strength. The same is here true for the Unbroken Chain. This one also gives 40 multiplier, which is double dipping. So it's pretty strong. We don't use any Steel Grass. We don't use Iron Maelstrom. We pretty much only use this. Slaying Strike ranks is pretty nice, and then get the strength percent. It's extremely powerful. It also gives you 30 auras here because it's normally an amulet, and we basically get 80 strength, and then we also have strength percent on the amulet. So we are getting like a more than double our strength as bonus. So pretty powerful. We're rocking the Ramaladni Opus. In the video that I showed you, we didn't have the Ramaladni at all because it wasn't available on the PTR. So it got even buffed since then. And that's pretty cool. And we also get a quite decent Fury with the Battle Trance. We also get Fury here from the Elixir of Resourcefulness and have good synergies with all of this. Then we're rocking the Earthquake aspect. We're rocking the Wanton Rupture, the Vehement, as we can spam our ultimates. Cut to the Bone is always very good on the weapons. You just need one roll on Rupture. Just make sure you have 100% chance for Rupture to deal double damage. Sometimes you want to like maybe triple crit this. It really depends on your gear and stuff. However, I think a double crit, if you have a high roll, it reaches like 98%. That's going to be fine. Then we have Inner Calm. This one just helps really at the boss fight, which this build struggles at, to deal more damage. Some Wrath the Berserk cooldown is still very good, but alternatively, you can kind of also master work more strength here on this. Also, one Always roll helps a lot. And then we rock the Starless Sky. Again, our Rupture is becoming a spender with the third blade, so we can keep up the Starless Sky and get another 50% damage multiplier. And Limitless Rage. We generate a lot of Fury thanks to the Beast cornered here. We spent the Fury with Rupture, but then we generate it back in combination with Rallying Cry and getting a 30% back. And this allows us to basically have a permanent Limitless Rage up as well. Then we rock Merit Guard here, giving us more damage because of the Beast corner. The less life we have, the more damage we do. It also gives us armor, it gives us more fortify generation. It's pretty crazy. Crazy brew for crazy attack speed, very good. Also, it gives movement speed. And then Accelerating Chaos here, just to reduce the cooldowns even further. The last power here is like kind of not really that useful. You can kind of play anything else that you want. I would just refrain from using Deafening Chorus because it's going to reduce our Fury. And we have Ramalaldi, so we don't want to reduce our Fury. So that's going to be a bad one. Skill tree looks like this. Frenzy, it's going to automatically trigger from Battle Trance. 3 in Warpath because our Rupture will permanently overpower anyways. So that's pretty chill. Tempered Fury, obviously, for more Fury, for Ramalatni. We get some defenses. We get triple shouts here. You can also play Iron Skin. However, I think I was playing a Ground Stomp in this variant right now. So we're rocking Ground Stomp. You can also play, if you want, you can switch a Guard to Tech and then play Iron Skin if you feel squishy. But this build was pretty tanky, so I recommend going the offensive route because you still want to stack a lot of crit to make good use of your Gushing Wounds ultimate, where you need to have 100% crit chance to benefit from your crit damage bonuses. That's why we're also rocking heavy-handed. We assigning the Rupture to our polearm, and we're also playing with the polearm expertise that we get. It's a big multiplier, and we're also playing with Executioner and the Paragon board later. So that's going to be pretty sick. More Fury generation, more damage reduction. Don't forget to pick up Cut to the Bone for more bleed damage. And then just the usual multipliers here. We also get Wrath of the Berserking, and we get the Gushing Wounds. Paragon looks like this. Executioner and the starter board, again, assign the polearm. You can see me play with the polearm in that video. Then we have Revenge, we have Carnage, we have Challenger, very important because we want a lot of main stat. Main stat is the main way. Ideally, you want to have 8k plus main stat because that's double dipping pretty crazy here with the Blood Rage board. Then we rock Marshal here with Weapons Master. And then last but not least, we are rocking Hemorrhage because we are doing bleed damage and we are taking this away instantly. And then I liked going with... I don't know what's going on here. And then I like going with the Hieroglyph here, giving us even more main stat and making it pretty insane with the Berserking and also giving us a damage reduction. Elixir of Resourcefulness again gives us more Fury, and then we just have like all the strength and some of the all-res stuff that we need here to rock like crazy. I want to show you like... Great. So this is... If we have the Rupture number here in the end. I'm not sure if I was hovering it. I hope I am. This was the skill tree basically, and the Rupture in the end gives you a crazy multiplier. I was just hovering all my gear here, but the real problem that this build has, as nice as it is in the run here, if I show you the rest, the problem I haven't figured out and why this is not like, you know, an S tier build, the single target. Like this could probably do pit 115, like clear the trash pretty easily. The big problem that it has is the boss. So you can see we spawn the boss in around 2 minutes, 3 minutes. But the big problem here is the boss. So you can see the boss single target is not that nice. So you want an add boss. Spirit Caller is pretty okay. So you see as soon as he spawns adds, like we actually have a good single target damage. But in the end, it's not that great against the boss, even though it's going to get buffed like roughly double the damage thanks to the Ramalatni that we're going to get here. But single target is going to be an issue. Either way, for T4 farming and just like for like a cool looking build, you know, like blasting out all these Ruptures and having a good time with the Rupture, it's pretty cool. If you want to play something fun and you want to play a bleed build that's not revolving around Flay, I think it's going to be a pretty cool build here to rock for Aria. And we'll see what the Barb, what more of the Barb builds will bring. I'll definitely play the class, maybe not as my starter. But overall, there's a lot of interesting stuff for the Barb. We just don't have this, like, you know, one super duper OP build. But if you like Rupture, which I know a lot of you do, you can try this out. It's a ton of fun. I'll definitely play this a couple weeks into the season. Hope you enjoyed, my friends. Play nice below. Take care, my friends. GG. All right, boys. Bleed Barb with Rupture. We just go to the pack and boom, dead. Trillions. They were all marked for death already. So the build's pretty cool. Big AoE as well. They just increased the skewer radius of this bleed build, so you can make like some big pulls and then boom, 3 trillion in their faces. Now there's some pretty fun stuff. Like you can already like speedrun like Pit 100 with this. And it should be like a pretty easy to gear. My gear is like not optimized at all. I think in the end this is gonna be hitting for potentially 10 trillion. Like if you make like some good bleeds and get them going. This is definitely looks to be like one of these stronger builds. We'll see what happens with Mighty Throw. But this definitely seems to be one of these stronger builds of next season. And it's a ton of fun because it's like a different playstyle. I think people have been really missing like this like bleed, big explosion kind of, you know, playstyles where you can have a lot of fun with. So here we just got here. Okay, boom. Gonna put in all of the DR to it and then like do like 2 ruptures or something and they all melt. Come to the grinder. They're certainly getting grinded. And I'm actually spending health here. Like that's why I'm always on low health, because I'm spending health, and the lower health I have, thanks to the new season power, the more damage we do. That's why it's actually like good to, you know, have a bit lower health and then just basically pull them all in with Wrath like this and blast them down. And we can already run like, I don't know, 2 minute 100. The only problem that this build has a little bit can be single targets. I'll show this to you on the boss. Like if it's a pure single target, there's a bit of an issue. But it's a ton of fun, like just farming, like running around, especially if you want to do like a, you know, like a bit more like chill tier. I think it actually is really cool. I'm really having a blast, and I'm just like that Bleed Barb is back, you know? Like Bleed is good. I always loved the Bleed playstyle. It's one of my favorites. So that guy's just gonna melt basically. Like he's already marked for death. Okay, there's nothing here. Okay, pack. We pull them in with Wrath. And then boom, 2 trillion in their face. Okay, that one guy is gonna follow us. You always want to try to make like a bit bigger pulls. Because like that, obviously, you get way more DPS done. To all of them. Then ideally, you also want to be standing still, spam the Rupture, spam all your stuff, reset it all with the amazing Chaos powers. Really having a good time with all this. Get them all in and boom, into the geyser. Let's go! And we have a Spirit Caller, which has some ads. So you see, like, on a single target, you really want to have some AoE. I just, like, it looks so cool when it explodes. I'll dodge this. Easy, easy. Actually, maybe I should get hit on purpose to just reset my cooldown. To get more DPS. Because the more health you lose, the more damage you get. So I'm going to stay in the next one. We'll see. Let's see how much. Okay, it doesn't swipe me for much. Get them pulled in. Boom, 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 boom. I would still love to see something like helping with the single target on this build. I think that's going to be one of my main feedback from the PT. Hopefully for the live season, this is going to change a bit. This needs some single target help. I think that's going to be a really cool build. Maybe there's also some solution that we can have for single target, but I don't really think so, actually. Like, you basically need to be pulling them in. Okay, here they come. Like, if we just had, like, these monsters coming along all the time, that would be so sick. Well, we don't. But we need. Also, why the hell is this guy going to the top? Come down. 28 billion, man. $60 billion. Where are these ads at? Spiritborn is looking pretty fun as well. I'll try Spiritborn in a bit. If you guys want to see more Spiritborn. There really needs to be something for a single target with this build, man. It looks so cool in the run because you get like all these like big bleed explosions. But man, single target, bro. Oh yeah, I should drink my potion more often. I forgot I'm getting actually some stuff from there. So I want to try and pull the monsters like on the boss to rip their guts out. You can get a lot more damage than this for sure. I'm not really like optimized like crazy, but I think the single target will remain an issue. There's not really much you can do about it. Apart from give feedback for the PTR, boys. Always give feedback. Achieve the challenge for 300 on hardcore? No. That's not a challenge for me. I don't like hardcore that much. Either way, man. Less health, more damage. With that, he melts. Pit 100ino. Barb, billions and billions. I mean, that's actually a comfortable Pit 100. It's just like the boss fight. That's not that great. So this is the gear here right now. There's still a lot to min-max for sure, like getting triple crits and getting better rolls. But I also think like the single target still needs a bit of a look at. And this is the stuff right now. Expertise is 200, and we're very important to have the executioner here. And obviously we're like only 200 Paragon. This is what the skill tree looks like. We get the frenzy from the frenzy power, which basically just allows us to have that permanently. And then obviously gushing wounds for the big bleeds. I don't even know if my Paragon is like correct. Executioner. I'm playing Might here right now. Yeah, I don't know if that's the best. Carnage. Probably want to replace this. Challenger, Blood Rage, Weapons Master, Decimator. We don't need to even activate Weapons Master because we only care about the secondary and the big multiplier. And then basically stack a lot of strength. So if you get a lot more main stat, like you can get so much main stat here because you're like stacking up all the main stat with these chaos powers. And if you happen to get more main stat, like I think you can get like more than 10k strength. And that's obviously going to give you a crazy number on this Rupture here. You see already like 13,000%. Let's go. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.